Wow, my eyeliner is huge. Politics. Most people don't like talking about politics. They don't want to involve themselves in the conversation because it's boring, it's frustrating, and it's depressing as hell. You're told that your vote matters, but you vote each year and it doesn't seem like anything's changing. It seems like the only time politicians care is when voting season is around the corner. So it's no surprise that less and less people keep voting each year. I mean, who do you even vote for? Hello, I am your host and a normal civilian with no experience in politics or economics. I'm just a normal person. This is Legal Penguin, and on this channel, we like to summarize legal cases. But this, as you can see by the lack of the penguin, is not a normal LP video. With voting season around the corner, we thought it would be helpful to provide a summary of what each party claims they stand for. But because there is so many parties, there is no way that I would ever be able to cover all of them and give you an idea of what each and every party stands for. I mean, there's over 100, almost 200, which we can debate whether that's necessary in itself. But the point is, I'm only going to try and focus on the larger parties that are usually in the media's eye, or parties that have been argued to have a better chance of actually being the ruling national party in the next coming few years. So I'm going to try and keep it as unbiased and neutral as possible. And I just want to remind you that I am not a legal practitioner. I do not have any qualifications in politics, and I am definitely not telling you who to vote for. If you like your candlelit dinners sponsored by load shedding, then hey, leave things the way that they are. But if you want to know what options are available to you, then I really hope this video can be helpful. This video is based on information that's available on the internet and from official manifestos by the actual parties. I mean, no disrespect to anyone or any party that I discuss here today, and no action should be taken against the parties or its members based on the information in this video. And like I mentioned before, I'm not going to talk about all the parties, but I am going to try and stay as neutral as possible because I like my life and I want to keep it. With that long intro out of the way, let's get started. So the first party that I'm going to be talking about is the VF Plus, which stands for Die Vryheidsfront Plus, right? I might struggle with this one. Die Vryheidsfront Plus. And this party was established in 1994 and has an Afrikaner conservatism ideology. This is a party that is very vocal about being against BEE, affirmative action, and land reform without compensation. Because they are a party that mainly focuses on preserving Afrikaner culture, it is a party that is more catered to the Afrikaner culture and the Afrikaner voter. They are also known for being a party that endorses the Cape independence. So Cape Town branching out into its own little continent? Country. Would it be a country or a continent? The VF Plus is a party that's against affirmative action and BEE because they believe it enriches a specific demographic and not the community. But they are also a party that doesn't believe in the redistribution of wealth. So, if that sounds a little contradictory to you, it might sound a little contradictory to me too. No offense. But on a more positive note, the VF Plus does intend to tackle very serious matters such as unemployment, poverty, making sure that they create a sustainable electricity supply, and of course crime and corruption and farm murders, which is not a topic I'm going to get into because I'm trying to stay neutral. The party also makes it clear that they want to address environmental matters such as water pollution. They believe that it's important to preserve and sustain renewable energies. And they also want to provide an environment where the LGBTQ plus community is respected. And this is something that you'd think is the basic. I mean, making sure that the environment is taken care of and also making sure that the rights of people in the LGBTQ plus community are respected. You would think that this is the basics. That should be the baseline. But you will be surprised that not all parties respect this baseline, which, whoa. When I saw that, I thought to myself, what year is this? What year are we in? The next party that we are going to look at is the ACDP, which stands for the African Christian Democratic Party. The African Christian Democratic Party was established in 1993 and has a Christian conservatism ideology. The party believes that Christianity is what's going to save the country. They believe in a healthy, neutral family, which of course means they do not condone the LGBTQ plus community, which I don't think that the LGBTQ plus community needs to be condoned by anyone. What year is this where we still condone people to go live their lives as they choose? Why is it your business? The party aims to deal strictly with corruption by putting stricter and heavier security measures in place. They also aim to address youth unemployment and poverty by making sure that everyone at least has an access to good basic education, which is so important because basic good education is the fundamentals of everything. It sets a person up for life. They also want to ensure that people have a more sustainable access to funding to get an education. They also aim to increase the salaries of teachers, which my sister would be so happy to hear that, and I would be happy for her because teachers do a lot and they are often overlooked. So it's very nice to see a party that wants to reward such a hardworking industry or profession. The party is also anti-abortion, so I guess it's a choice between getting a higher salary for teachers or losing your body autonomy. What's it gonna be? You can't have it all. What do you think this is? Democracy? The party also aims to negotiate for first-time buyers so that more people can have access to home loans. The ACDP also rejects carbon taxes, and they believe that communities just need to be more educated on ways that they can protect the environment. So no, don't tax them. Just make bigger, fancier, more colorful posters. Then they'll eventually learn. One day. The next party that we are covering is the good. I feel like I should have a good party. I'm not calling them the good party. They call themselves the good party. I love simplistic names. Simplistic names, catchy names. It's just so good. So the Good Party was established in 2018 after their leader was kicked out of the DA for being accused of covering corruption, which is definitely not a good start. But the ideology of the party is liberal social democracy, which means that they support things such as affirmative action, BEE, anti-racism, and of course protecting environmental rights. The party aims to promote job creation and also increase government investment. They plan on introducing a 1,000 Rand basic grant that is going to go towards people who do not qualify for other grants. And 1,000 Rand in this economy doesn't really go far, but if you are unemployed and you don't qualify for any other grant, 1,000 Rand can be the difference between going to bed hungry and starving for the entire month. The party believes that in order to create safer communities, it's important to address poverty, mental illness, and addiction. They also plan on funding sectors that produce renewable resources in order to provide a more long-term solution to load shedding. The party believes that everyone should have the right to an education, even if it's at least grade 1. And the party believes that everyone should have access to affordable housing that is safe. And they also plan on abolishing apartheid policies that meant indigenous people stayed very far away from the cities. Because having to wake up at 4 a.m. to take the train or the taxi for 2 hours is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Indigenous people live so far from their jobs. It's really, no one wants to live that far away from their job. So yeah, this is a great policy. The next three parties are what I like to call the trifecta, the trio, the triplets, the Venn diagram, the triology, the Son, the Father, and the Holy Spirit. So the big three that most people hear about is the ANC, the DA, and the EFF. And because these three parties are known for being the big three, I'm not going to go into detail about what they claim they stand for, what they actually do. I'm just going to give a brief summary of one of the controversies that they are known for. They are known for many controversies each, but I'm only going to mention one, because if I mention more than one, we are going to be here for a very long time. And this is a channel of summaries, so we don't want that. So the first party in the trifecta is the ANC, the African National Congress, which was established in 1912. The biggest controversy that this party is known for is corruption, which includes things such as the mismanagement of funds, a lack of service delivery, and of course a lack of government accountability or transparency. The ANC has been the only party to govern nationally since 1994, which is now 30 years ago, honestly. And I'm not going to speak on anything that they say they stand for, because I'm sure that in the past 10,950 days, their work can speak for itself. And if you don't know what work I'm talking about, a very quick example would be to look at your phone, open it up, go find your Eskom app, and there, right there, is one of the works that I'm talking about. The next party in the triology is the DA, which stands for the Democratic Alliance, and this party was established in the year 2000. Now, the biggest controversy that this party is known for is having a tendency to discriminate. But the party has been accused of discriminating in its own municipal areas that it governs, providing good services to certain areas that have a majority of. And don't get me wrong, they are known for providing good services, but that good services is also known for being divided. So demarcated based on who's who and who's where. They have also been seen aligning themselves with questionable people and questionable organizations that are known to only want to benefit specific demographics, which again, I'm not going to get into it because I am trying to be neutral. And the last party in this holy trinity is the EFF. The Economic Freedom Fighters Party was established in the year 2013, and their biggest controversy is to be known for being very radical. And radical can be a good thing. It can, because it gets things done. But it can also, as they've been accused, be very insightful of violence and negativity. Their radical energy has been accused of being disruptive and chaotic and inciting a divide in the population in the country. That is all I'm going to say about the Three Musketeers, because they are the top dogs. They are right at the top, and anything that you know about politics is usually based around these three big players. The last party that we're going to be looking at is called Rise Mzansi, and this party was established in 2023, so it's very, very new to the playing ground. But this party has a social democratic constitutionalism ideology. This party prides itself on a non-traditional approach to politics, where they want to focus on things such as a transparent government, equality, freedom, and justice. They believe in safer schools and harsher punishments on criminals, but at the same time, they believe it's important to attack the root of criminality or crimes. So instead of just looking at, okay, this person has now committed a crime, let's punish them for that, they want to focus on what now causes a person to commit this crime. So things such as poverty, inequality, lack of access to education, these are all things that have been proven to be the root of crime. Well, not all crime, but most crimes. And similar to most parties, honestly, most of these parties have the same ideology, the same basic aims, goals, promises. They really are so similar. I don't know why they just don't combine, But Rise Mzansi will also aim to focus on addressing matters such as unemployment and also providing companies with incentives when they hire first-time workers. So to provide them with some sort of benefits for hiring someone who doesn't have experience or who's never had a job before. They also plan on funding businesses that produce renewable resources in order to provide a long-term solution to load shedding. Rise Mzansi is also probably one of the biggest advocates for the LGBTQ plus community that I've seen thus far. A huge part of the party's following is made up of the youth. And because Rise Mzansi focuses a lot on the youth and it is also such a new party, you find that most people don't take it seriously because people don't like to trust new things. Better the devil you know than the devil that you don't. So a lot of people don't really even know about Rise Mzansi because the media also doesn't take them that seriously. People are very quick to tell you who you shouldn't vote for, but very few can actually tell you who you should vote for. But the truth is, no one can actually tell you who to vote for. That is up to you and what you stand for and believe in. And with that, I'm going to end the video there. There is, of course, so many other parties that I can still talk about, that I can still provide summaries about, that we can go through in the next video. If you'd like to see another video, then you just let me know in the comments down below. If, of course, there is anything that you feel that I have miscommunicated or misinterpreted in this video about any party, you are more than welcome to leave a comment down below. Of course, always remember to keep it nice and respectful. Just try, because I know politics, people get heated about politics. Hence, I was trying not to give too much of my opinion about anyone, but maybe I slipped up a couple of times. I'm sorry if that offended you. I'm sorry. That was not my intention. Of course, never is my intention. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Also, leave a suggestion down below if you have one. But until I see you next time, good luck and goodbye.